Heyho friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to show you my PVE build of current collab class Ais Wallenstein. Ais is one of the two classes you can buy from DanMachi Collab. This class is Windforce magic DPS class that uses both magic and physical attributes to improve her damage. Let's see how strong this class can be and if it's worthy to buy this one. But before we start, don't forget to show some love, like and subscribe. Alright, let's do this! First of all, I'm going to show you how the stats should be distributed and which attributes are important for instances. Int is your basic stat to boost your magic attack, so max this out. Luck improves your magic crit damage when you use magic crit damage equipments and cards like Shard Shepherd Star card and Encomia's back headgear, so max this out too. You can also put the remaining points to strength for higher physical attack or fit for survivability. Why physical attack, you ask? Thanks to her skill Enhance and its rune, Ais can benefit from physical attributes including physical attack, penetration, physical damage increase, and size damage. You can also improve your physical attack even further with either ranged attack if you use staff or with melee attack if you use sword as your weapon. For legend instances, you need following requirements. And in the following you can see all my stats and attributes. For hero class, including collab hero class, you can max out all the skills. All skills can be leveled up with skill points except for the core skill, which can be leveled up only by activating star runes and S runes second line. Sword of Despair is your core skill, allowing your main DPS skill SilverLight to add a mark to the enemy. After having 5 marks, the enemy suffers damage equal to certain percentage of SilverLight per second for 5 seconds. The damage itself depends on your core skill level. At level 4, the proc SilverLight's first attack reduces enemies' refined magic reduction by 5%, which can be stacked by up to 5 times. Without using aerial, you can trigger all 5 stacks after around 20 seconds with staff and 3 seconds earlier with sword. The marks only get resetted when the last applied one expires after 5 seconds. At max core level, your movement speed cannot be lower than 150. In addition, you still can move freely after getting slow effect debuffs such as stun or freeze. This effect can be very useful, for example in Aura, where you can get stunned easily. Silver Glow aka SilverLight is your main DPS skill, a single target locking skill that deals wind damage to a target and its surrounding within 3 meters. The damage of this skill can be improved by following rune. Using Whirlwind, you can dash to a point within 12 meters while dealing high damage. This skill is a nice damage skill for PvE, but also has a long cooldown. Symphony of Wind and Fire is a combination skill which can affect both Ais and Bell. For Ais, using this skill deals an AoE wind damage that also gather enemies within 7-meter radius. This skill will automatically add powerful flame damage if Belle is in your team. Aerial is your ultimate buff skill that improves your final damage reduction, and movement speed. In the aerial state, you also deal silver-like once every second to enemies within 5 meters. This skill has 45 seconds cooldown and lasts only 15 seconds. Nevertheless, the duration can be improved by 1 second for every 10 meters you move. That's why it's important to move continuously while in aerial state. Lil Ravaga is your ultimate burst skill that deals 16 times of silver-like to a target and all enemies within 6 meters. The skill can also penetrate enemy's shield, making this a useful skill for PvP too. Sadly, this skill can be only used in aerial state, so you need to use this skill wisely. The Guardian of the Flame Wind improves movement speed by 10% and flee by 50% for herself and teammates within 9 meters. The skill can also add HP shield if Belle is in your team. The buff can also stack too if Belle uses the same skill. Special Training increases your magic damage and wind damage by 30%. Your teammates within 9-meter radius can get up to 50 all stats depending on their adventure level. Both effects can be doubled in case you have Belle in your team. Enhance is Ais' most important buff, allowing Ais to additionally calculate physical attribute in her DPS skill including attack, penetration, and physical damage increase. The skill can be improved with this rune, allowing you to calculate its size attribute additionally. Wind Monster Mastery improves Ais' ignore magic defense and magic penetration by up to 30%. Your wind damage also deals 100% against target with wind and earth armor. Wind Gypsy allows you to reduce physical and magic damage while moving. In addition, you gain 20 magic attack for each movement speed you have. Tempest improves your damage against monster by 60%. In PvP, this also works against non-demi-human race. Thanks to this skill, your abnormal status resistance is reduced by 10%, but you gain fear immunity. Wind Shield is a shield that increases Ais skill damage reduction and auto attack damage reduction by 90%, reduces HP loss by 50%, and can negate one single target locking skill. The shield is erased after getting hit and will automatically generate after 5 seconds. This is my equipment overview of main and shadow equipments. To boost your damage, you can use Skeleton Bracelet as your offhand. Ais can trigger the special effect of this hand since her skill is single target skill. The effect works normally for the next physical attack and is cancelled afterwards. But since Ais is magic DPS and doesn't use physical attack skill, the effect stays for the full duration of 10 seconds. Basically, the effect can always be triggered with full uptime as long as you attack continuously. Try to get insight as high as possible for your Encha. Alternatively, you can use Divine Revelation for magic damage or Demon Hunters for ignore magic defense. For offhand, you can use Alistar, Torsol, or following card. For armor, I currently use Soul Cage to boost my physical attack and magic attack. As random attribute, you can either choose 20 large damage or 15 physical and magic damage. Alternatively, you can use Other Shore, Divine Guidance, or Demon Hunter's Determination. Try to get Arch if you use Unlimited or High Int or Luck. For cards, you can use following card. For Garment, I choose Classical Robe to boost both my ignore magic defense and skill damage, with Arcane or VDI as Encha. Cocoon, Moonwolf, or following card can be used in Garment to boost your damage. I use these shoes to boost my physical attack, magic attack, physical damage, and magic damage, which is very ideal for Ais. Try to get high Arcane as Encha. There are some good cards for shoes like Moonistar, Edgastar, or King of Assassination. As low budget alternatives, you can use Water Spirit or Familiar Star card. For accessories, you can use red rose to boost your magic attack, ring of radiance for magic attack and ignore magic defense, or sage duty for magic penetration and ignore magic defense. You need to get anti-mage 304 for your enchant to boost your magic penetration, ideally with VDI as third line. Moonlight Tendrit Star is nice option for accessories. If you can get Devil Governor or Witch card, use them. Unlimited is the best weapon you should use for DPS build. The weapon increases your wind element damage and your AoE damage. You can improve those damage even more by activating Unlimited Tier 5. Try to get Arch to improve range attack in your weapon enchant. Alternatively, you can use her inclusive weapon, 4-Paw Sword, which can improve your silver-like damage, wind damage, and movement speed. The Tier 5 effect allows you to double the effect of Gypsy Dance while in debuff state. In addition, the duration of your silver-like is increased by 1 second when 4-Paw Sword is at plus 15. I prefer to use Unlimited plus 15 over 4-Paw Sword plus 15 for PVE because Unlimited deals higher damage in general. But over time, Sword can deal higher DPS, so both are nice weapons. For cards, you can either use double Shell Shepherd Star cards or Shell Shepherd Star card in combination with damage related cards such as Drake Star or Minnow Star card. Try to get High Sharp Blade for Sword or Arch for Staff in your enchant. For headgear, Music of Soul is the best one against large monsters. Alternatively, you can use following headgear. For cards, you can use following cards or any magic penetration or magic damage related cards. For face headgear, I use this one to boost my wind element damage. Other face headgear that are useful are as follows. For enchant, you can go with Insight 304 or PDI. Ocean's Attachment is one of the best move headgear for PvE. You need to get at least plus 6 to maximize the damage bonus from this one. You can use like food, honey bunny, or magic penetration or magic damage related move headgear alternatively. Luck is the best enchant for this one. For back, I use Freya's Wing for Lex Aethana effect. Otherwise, you can use Encomius for higher magic crit rate or damage related back headgear such as followings. For enchant, you can go with Insight 304. For tail, you can use any damage related tail headgear such as It's Too Late, Rock Bunny, or Beautiful Ensemble. Try to get Arcane as high as possible to boost your magic damage, or alternatively you can use Arch if you use Staff. For shadow equipments, you can use following equipments. The enchant should be the same like the one for main equipments. For offhand, I recommend you to use Demon Hunter for ignore magic defense or Divine Revelation for magic damage. If you use ancient equipment for main equipment, you can use Creeper Agreement or Peak Plata. For armor, you can use Chosen's Armor to improve your attack, magic attack, physical damage, and magic damage, or Star Shadow's Gown to improve your element damage, ignore magic defense, and magic penetration. For garment, I choose Divine Feather Clothes to improve my ignore magic defense and skill damage. I use Saint Mary's because the shoes are good shoes overall, improving both attack and magic attack. Alternatively, you can use White Gem Boots to boost your damage. For accessories, I recommend you to use Exorcising Talisman. Alternatively, you can use either Tiber's Hand, Kraken's Eye, or Time Manipulator. For the attack mirror, you can use either Bilge's Armor or Following. For the defense mirror, you can use anything you desire. For the relic, I use Era Fire Seed. Alternatively, I recommend you to use Horn of the Unyielding for better survivability, or Lot of Fame to boost your damage through magic penetration and higher element coefficient. In the following, you can see my recommendation for equipment memories. For the attribute runes, you can put yours as shown below. I focus on both magic and physical attributes such as magic damage, physical damage, penetration, and magic penetration. Hurricane Dazzle Dance Rune reduces the cooldown of Whirlwind by up to 3 seconds. Flame Guard Rune gives an additional effect to Guardian of Flame and Wind, allowing teammates to have chance of perfect evade damage by up to 10%. FLyTuT Engrave Rune is one of the most important runes for Ais, calculating additional size damage instead of enhance. You also gain extra size damage by up to 30%, so get this as high as possible. Silver Coat of Arms Rune improves your silver light damage by up to 40%, also get the first line as high as possible. Gale Breaking Blade Rune improves the damage of Lirofaga to enemies with full HP or a shield. Wind Soul Mark Runes allow silver light to stack the marks with 2 more layers while in aerial state. For Arcane Runes, I recommend you to use following rune. Use White Blade Rune to boost your damage against solo enemy. War Preparedness Rune is a nice one to improve your survivability. For the third one, you can use Transmission Rune on Friend Side Rune. For AC runes, you can like on all the rune points with guild contributions. In the following, you can see all attributes you can get from AC runes. Prioritize to get important related attributes such as wind damage, magic penetration, magic damage, and ignore magic defense. For my damage test of PSR and Ghost Palace Legend, I uploaded a separate video 2 days ago. Check it out if you haven't watched it yet. In the following, you can see the list of pro and contra of using Ais for PVE. That's it. That was my PVE build of our recent collab class, Ais Wallenstein. In my opinion, this class is definitely worth it to try and is one of the best we have so far. The class has some flaws like high cooldown for her best buff Aerial and her best DPS skill Lirofaga. In addition, you can add physical attributes to your skill calculation, but it costs you 10k Zeni every time you use Enhance. On the other hand, her core skill allows you to deal high damage because you can reduce their refined damage reduction. Her DPS skills are also AoE, and even though it's Wind Force, the damage against wind and earth targets aren't reduced. In addition, her skills match with Bell, especially if Bell uses Water Convert build. Overall, the class is really great and can be improved easily by both physical and magic attributes. In addition, movement speed can also increase her magic attack and even your final damage if you use her exclusive card. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to ask and give comments. And what do you think about this class? Do you get it already or do you prefer Bell? Let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you soon, your FLyTuT.